Richard the Lionheart survived the Third Crusade. He survived hand-to-hand combat against some of the finest warriors in the Muslim world. He survived capture by the Duke of Austria, a year of imprisonment in a German castle, and a ransom that nearly bankrupted England to pay. He survived rebellious sons, a treacherous brother, and a decade of grinding warfare across France. He was 41 years old, in the middle of reasserting control over Aquitaine, and by most reasonable assessments had years of fighting ahead of him. Then he rode up to a minor castle in Limousin with barely any defenders, took his chain mail off, and got shot by a man using a frying pan as a shield. That detail is not a legend. The chroniclers record it. The castle of Châlus-Chabrol in March 1199 was defended by 2 knights and a handful of servants, so poorly equipped that one of them, a young man named Pierre Basile, had been spending the day deflecting English arrows with a frying pan while Richard's forces hammered at the walls below. Richard, watching from horseback, found this so entertaining that he applauded the man. Then he rode a little closer to inspect the siege works, without his armor, and Basile put down the frying pan, picked up a crossbow, and fired. The bolt struck Richard in the left shoulder near the neck. Richard reportedly applauded that too, before returning to his tent. He tried to pull the bolt out himself. The wooden shaft snapped off, leaving the iron head inside. A surgeon worked on the wound in poor light and made it worse. Gangrene set in. Within days the most feared warrior king in Europe understood he was dying of an infected crossbow wound sustained at a castle so lightly defended it barely warranted a siege. He spent 11 days dying. He sent for his mother, Eleanor of Aquitaine, who was 75 years old and at a nearby abbey. She came. He dictated his final wishes, his heart to Rouen Cathedral, his body to Fontevraud Abbey at the feet of his father, his entrails to Châlus, the place that had killed him. He had Pierre Basile brought before him, forgave him, said, "Live on, and by my bounty behold the light of day," and ordered him freed with a gift of money. Then Richard the Lionheart died in his mother's arms on April 6, 1199. His mercenary captain Mercadier had Basile flayed alive and hanged before the body was cold. The French king Philip II, Richard's great rival and a man who had spent years trying and failing to defeat him in the field, heard the news and reportedly thanked God. He understood exactly what the moment meant. Had Richard lived, historians have argued, he might well have taken France entirely. Instead, he died of an infection that modern antibiotics would have cleared in a week, at a castle whose name barely anyone knew, shot by a man who had been improvising with kitchen equipment an hour before. It was, as one medieval chronicler put it simply, the lion slain by the ant. Richard's own recklessness killed him as surely as the crossbow bolt did. He had never learned to be careful, and at Châlus-Chabrol, there was nobody left alive with the authority to make him go back for his armor.